On our previous episode, our friend Orhan gave us a diesel heater, so we could spend the winter on the hook. But we realized installing the whole thing was a massive project.
How comfortable and confident do you feel about this project? Will we succeed?
Pretty confident.
How long do you think it will take?
Couple of days.
Couple of days?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to our duck cabin, where things look a little bit disorderly. So the heater will be there behind that panel, and then the pipe will come down here, and this will be taken out. This, and then the heat will come here. This is where usually the vent is.
So this is the vent, where the air is gonna come out. It's always open, because for safety, obviously if the heat is operating and this gets blocked, you run the risk of fire and God knows. Yeah?
Okay. We have a hole.
So now that we have the fiber up to here, it's insulated, we're going to then continue insulating it here with fiberglass tape and an aluminium tape.
Let me see in the detail there.
So this is the most important part, that is when it gets hot.
So
The first meter and a half,
yeah, the cabin is right there. Down there.
up to here.
It's up to here, and the heater is just gonna stand over here. There. Today is the day we're gonna drill another hole into the boat.
It's like when you have to go to the doctor and you keep postponing it. Been doing that.
You go.
So first I'm gonna drill a pilot hole with this tiny little.
Now stuff's getting serious.
Oof. It's pretty unnerving. Man, this is the second hole I've made in the boat. Oh God.
Oh, we have a hole in the boat. Wanna go out sailing?
So we got everything connected. We have the air out here, which is all insulated. We have the exhaust here, which is also insulated. It has fiberglass tape, and after that we put aluminium foil, aluminium tape, and then after that a fire retardant sleeve. That's original from Webasto as well. Okay, so it's all rigged up to the power, and it has two fuses, one at the starter and one here as well. So let's see how it goes. So the glow plug is obviously it's working, it's connected to power, and now you have like ignition there. Battery is okay, it's connected to the remote. Now the little bar that went from like green all the way to red, that means it's like reaching optimal temperature. So it should start coming down in a minute. With Cuba warm and free from moisture, we decided it was time to pull up the hook and go and check out a village that apparently has been forgotten in time. We just live in Fethiye and we're gonna go to the other side. Today we woke up in the morning and for the first time we saw snow in the mountain. It was really cold. So hopefully we're gonna make it to the other side of Fethiye, and then from there we're gonna anchor and hike up to the forgotten village.
The abandoned city of Kayaköy. It was inhabited by the Greek and the Turkish. And then when there was the, I believe they call it the Greco-Turkish War, broke out, they made all the Greeks leave. And apparently the Turkish had to leave as well, I'm not sure why. Ever since nobody's been living in this city and all the houses are abandoned.
We have to go around the corner. We're not gonna make it in daylight, but it's gonna be maybe like 40 minutes after sunset, so it should be okay.
Blood transfusion.
It's no wine actually. We're going hiking. We're going up to the forgotten village, and we put cranberry juice. So we're gonna mix it with water. So we have some taste.
It looks like a blood
transfusion. I hope we don't get stuck somewhere. No. Excuse me, sir.
What you got there?
What you got there? Sorry. I just came out of the hospital.
Are you coming to pick me up?
Get your soul. Hunting alone.
I don't think we can use this pier.
Traveling from the deep forest.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
In war, there's never an option to run.
Do you know the way?
Yes.
We're just gonna find a route to walk up to the village, the abandoned village. It's up in the mountains, and I think it's gonna be a bit of a steep hike.
I think so. It's 2 hours hike.
2 hours.
But hill up.
Hill up, yeah. So let's see how we're gonna perform and what kind of
How are we gonna perform? Are you an athlete?
Well, last time we hiked so long, we both had big blisters, so.
In German, eh? How are we gonna perform? It's all about statistics.
So we anchored down there somewhere. We've been walking now for about 20 minutes. We'll probably be able to see Cuba in a minute.
Hunting alone.
So the village of Kayaköy was abandoned in around 1930. The village is about 150 meters above sea level. So I think we've almost reached the height from what I can see.
There's Cuba. Right there. I don't know what sort of people are hunting here, but
Is this a hunting area?
I think it's a hunting area, man. Wow.
Okay, let's just keep on walking. If you think about it, for almost 100 years nobody's been living in this village, and there's still a chapel and houses. They call it the ghost town of Turkey. I think it was about 1923 the Greco-Turkish War broke out, and all of the Greek Christians were deported back to Greece, and the Turkish Muslims were expelled so they had to leave their homes as well. So an entire village just became deserted.
The village of Kayaköy will be our last stop in Turkey, and then after that we're gonna make our way to Crete.
We're trying to spend the winter in Greece on the hook. That's the plan. So far we've been pretty successful, not hitting any marina if we don't really have to, apart from getting lost, obviously.
Yeah, we've been okay with the weather pretty much. Oh, we have a dog now, yeah, and he's defending us.
We've only been walking for 2 hours. There it is, the village that has been abandoned for almost 100 years. I feel like I'm in a different time already. Look at the carriage.
It's very eerie. Feels like you're walking into like a village. It's so silent and yeah, it's so destroyed.
Eerie noises here as well. You can still tell where people been walking and where the roads were. It's obviously not made for cars. This was all for walking and probably a donkey cart. The further up you go, the more spectacular the view becomes, actually. So, because you can see the whole village just beneath.
We just made it to Kayaköy. The views are spectacular, so beautiful. It's amazing that it's been abandoned for over 100 years.
Some of them people try to move back in, but ultimately they gave up. It's just very interesting to imagine what it might have been like here, because it's just somebody's stopped the whole village and left it,
yeah.
Obviously. So it's just, you can still see the walk path and all of the houses and how the village was built.
Well, we're looking for the chapel, but we're not able to find it yet, but I think it's down there.
So nice and quiet around here.
It's abandoned, no?
Yeah, it's abandoned. It becomes a little bit ghostly at this time as well, because you have the valley underneath and people start turning their heatings on, the fireplace. You get all of the smoke over the valley, so it's just
very magical.
It gives it a really nice feel to it, like this depth to the perspective. I think it must have been really nice around here when people were living here. Look, we're going to somebody's alleyway, I guess, just from maybe 80 years ago. I guess nature is coming here a little bit. Yeah, look, you can still see there was some sort of painting in the walls.
Let's see if we can get into the church.
Yes.
Man, this is beautiful.
The way that you can tell how time has been eating away on the substance of the building. It was all covered in blue. We've been now out for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Running around Kayaköy.
We still have to hike back.
And it's getting really dark now.
It's about 2 hours hike.
We're gonna be hiking back in the pitch black, but we have one torch.
It's gonna be something.
Yeah,
But the
wonderful.
place is still beautiful, man. We didn't wanna miss it. So at least we have a guardian. We adopted a dog.
He adopted us.
Actually, yeah.
So, if you're not a dog person and you're afraid of dogs, you should maybe not come to Turkey.
So what's going on?
Just put some more wood into the fire.
Whose fire is
Was it was about to turn off. I don't know. It's just here, right next to the road. A bit further and it gets so dark.
Oh fuck, you scared the crap out of me, man.
Oh, we have no food.
Oh man.
You asked for a protection dog? We have protection dog.
Yeah, sure, like this is gonna protect us from sun.
So We have another 500 meters and then it should turn pitch black. As in pitch black. Well, we have security. We have double security. He's pumped. He will protect us from any dangers that there are. You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
You know, it's funny because I like sailing at night and I don't get afraid.
I like sailing at night.
Yeah,
as well.
sure. You
I
get
don't really-
startled by sea stuff and
No, I just get startled if things come at me. We made it. I can hear the sea. I can hear the waves. I can hear my feet screaming. That was walking for an hour and a half through almost pitch black. Yes, dinghy. Thank you. I'm dead. I think my feet need a rest and I need to sail a little bit. That was enough walking for a week.
yeah, we saved, we made it, boat is okay. I mean, we left it here in a very protected area. And tomorrow we are going to make our way to Marmaris because we have to check out of here soon.
Yeah, so
Cool.
we have to go back there and then it's gonna be Crete.
Crete. Okay. Speak to you later. Bye. Eerie.